Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's the Failed Author with a special guest. Now, this is a part of the channel, right? But I think the ones we recorded prior. Oh, if you like classic Battlefield content, if you like tier lists, if you like anything kind of gaming or classic gaming, I can't believe we're saying classic gaming. Oh my gosh, that's sad. Go ahead and follow your boy, the Failed Author. I'm trying to post every Friday and every Tuesday, maybe throw in something else every day, but we don't know. We don't get there, but we get there pretty close. No, we'd recorded some episodes with our special guest here, Uncle Eric, months ago, but we put up a tier list.
Yeah, we did.
We had a tier list on the channel. Go check it out. The Light Machine Gun Battlefield 3 weapons tier list. But today we're not talking about tier lists. We're talking about Metro. I would say when it comes to, I think, Battlefield 3 being the last classic.
You can say
Do you
that.
say Battlefield 4? It came out 2 years after. Maybe I might let you slide and say Battlefield 4 is also a classic Battlefield,
Yeah.
but I think Metro is the most iconic map. What do you think?
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like the map design on that one and the lanes in particular. And I think that's one of the biggest things we've gotten rid of or have gotten away from is that idea and that skill set of forcing you through these lanes that you've had to go through. And of course, Metro is one of the most bullish ones out there that they've ever designed, more or less, I would say.
And when it comes to that, map designing, I wouldn't say Metro is a small map because it's very long, but the width is small.
Yes.
And it forces you to, I don't want to say like hashtag get good, but you have to like actually come up with a plan. If they're locking you down, you're not going to just run through it. You're going to have to like team up, strategize, and find a way. Here we are using what I would say is one of the better guns in Battlefield 3. You can check our tier list. I think we rated it pretty high. But the AN-94, and this was probably one of my favorite setups. I never used this optic on pretty much anything but this one. It just worked. All the other ones, it didn't seem to work, but, we're kind of cooking right now, and that's cool. So, my Battlefield 3 content is still coming out, but I have to say it, guys. I'm getting close. We're running out of Battlefield 3 videos. I think I have realistically, I want to say like anywhere from, and this is going to be a random one, 5 to 20 left. That's not a real precise figure, but like even this isn't a real long gameplay, but we just wanted to talk about Metro, and we're feeling it right now. Like that in 4, they added the assist being so high, it will count as a kill. I kind of think that's necessary. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm doing all the work, right?
Yes, yeah.
But I have so many memories of Metro, and like a lot of Battlefield players that, older Battlefield, we're on fire right now. But as far as, I remember the beta. This was the beta map, and I had never really played a mainline Battlefield up until that point. I played like the 1942, which was just one map, and it was fine. But the graphics were kind of crude, the gameplay was kind of crude, and it just wasn't like great, but it was like a fun little time killer for 30 minutes, an hour or so. But this changed it for me. When I played Metro, and I remember, and it's still my favorite weapon, I know I'm a mark, I know I'm a homer for the 870, but I played the beta and I used that and said, oh wow, shotguns can be viable. You play like Call of Duty, shotguns cannot shoot past 10 feet without being just totally, damage reducted, and it sucks. And I don't know, I have a lot of memories from this. It's so funny, Uncle Eric, I can tell you this. In my storage unit, I have a cell phone, and the only reason I keep it is an old Droid. It was my first smartphone. I know,
Yeah.
I'm a boomer, I get it. I'm old now. I have a picture because I had a 100+ kill Metro
Are you serious?
rush.
Oh,
And
oh my gosh.
I kept it
Oh,
because
my
I have
word.
that picture on.
That's hilarious.
I gotta dig that up.
That's
And
hilarious.
one day I'll post it on the channel.
Jeez.
But yeah, I think, I don't want to say this map limited your play style, because here we are using an assault rifle pretty
Yeah.
efficiently. But I really remember getting in the trenches, dude, in and
Yeah.
out of the actual train cars with the 870 just going to town. Now you if I know anything about you, I know you like a light machine gun.
Yes.
How would you play Metro?
Yeah, at first, I'm the guy, I like to stand back a little bit. Like, I'm a good, I love first-person shooters, right? I'm skilled, but not as skilled as I know as some other people, so I like to set back a level behind. But I like to let the assault players go forward a little bit and just be right there with the look, take out that. Oh my gosh, hilarious. Sit back there with just reacting to what's going on the screen too.
Yeah, we're watching it. So this is like live for us. I haven't watched this in probably a year.
Yeah, but setting up that bipod, finding out those lanes, and just holding it down to help your team move forward. And so that's what I liked the most, was holding those lanes down just to help everyone continue to keep the funnel going. Because it's so hard. Once you finally have that crack, in that, like, you have to hold that down, and that's what I liked a lot doing.
Yeah, and like you said, they track the lanes, especially, what is that? It would be the second spawn in Rush, or in Conquest, like, what would it be, the B flag? I'm sure it's got to be the B flag.
Yeah,
and let's be real, it is 3 lanes. You have the middle building, and you have the 2, like, what do you want to call it, metro cars, right? And you really could run either or. To me, and this should show how, like, dominant those lanes are. If you control B, you control the game. Because odds say you're going to get your spawn point. Then it's that fight over B. And you can see in this map, we have B. We're pushing them back in their spawn. And they, at this point, haven't done a good job of getting close to B. And if that's the case, I mean, we're going to win this map. I obviously don't play. And you can see these are these crazy ticket, 1,000 plus. Like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
So good gravy. Like, I don't want to spend all day here, right? But it is what it is. And I don't know. I just have so many... Oh, look at that jabroni. You see him using the USAS 12?
Yeah.
Even after patch? What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy. Look at us. Window to window killing. I don't know. I just... we say this all the time because me and Uncle Eric now play Battlefield 4, and we've actually started recording some Battlefield 4 gameplay. Yeah. And I do have... They just walk up and murdered me. Oh, we got him. What? No, we still... Okay, we suck. I suck. It don't matter. None of this matters. So we do have Battlefield 4 coming up. And we were just mentioning today, there actually is Metro in that game. It never gets in rotation.
Yes.
But they have Metro.
Yes.
What do they call it? Like 2020
Why not?
Or whatever? I don't know.
Call these... Please.
Come
on.
I think we did play. Actually, you know what? I think we have a gameplay. We have a gameplay recorded of that. We got to figure out, like, it's really easy on PS4 to record audio, but I don't know, these old Xbox Ones, they're like impervious to mics. I don't understand why it's so hard to find a mic that works with this. And I know what you're saying, use the controller. I'm like, my controller is so old it doesn't have the audio jack.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out a way to do it, but we can always, of course, go online and do it in post. We'll do it in post. We'll fix
it in post.
But I do think that we're starting that hype train for the new Battlefield, which we're just presumably calling it Battlefield 6. If they're smart, they ought to call it Battlefield 6 because everyone remembers 3, everyone remembers 4. 5, I mean, there was no hype for me there. In Battlefield 1, there was no hype for me. I played Battlefield 1, and I did not like it. And I just think that World War 1 is not an era for a first-person shooter. There's just not enough variety to go around to make it work. I do hope I'm even okay with them for like the third time releasing Metro. I would play it. I've been so out of it that I think it would work. One thing that I think they do, even in 4 it started, was the maps were too big and soulless. Like, look at Golmund Mine, or Railroad, the railroad, right? Yeah. Sure, there's the railroad in there. Dude, the whole map is so big. If you get caught with your D in your hand running through a field, you're done. There's nothing. Yeah. Look at all these places that seem like throwaway. Look, there's like a dumpster, the planter boxes, all viable options to hide behind and use. And that's kind of why Metro was so good. And we're talking about the lanes. Every lane had a million spots, all these places that you could, hide and use, and everything's practical. Like, it's all, it all has intent, and I hope that's what we're seeing from EA and DICE and everyone that's working on it is intent.
It's so easy to make an open world game where you just shoot. and that's it. It's so easy, but it just to have those restrictions. The restrictions are the fun. It's those extra challenges that make it just I don't know more fun to me personally.
Yes, and we're gonna make a video more, and I think we'll do it on one of the next ones. We're recording a bunch. Uncle Eric, we don't live next to each other, so we're trying to whore out some content right now. But he mentioned something like they're being a little tone deaf, and you said restrictions are good. The restrictions are good, and it's what's memorable, and it's what's fun in these games. And I honestly, they're being EA. They're a money grubbing company. We get it, but they're being so tone deaf. They're not locking the weapons to class. They're not listening to their fan base, who is pretty upset about that, and rightfully so, because it makes you play a certain way, and I don't understand if it's what the fan base wants and you're not giving them that. And another thing that's just so ridiculous, they're like hyping up a battle royale. I'm like, dude, is that what we're doing? Is that what Battlefield is about? And dude, I think the devs came out the other day, and whenever this is gonna be uploaded, as a recording, it's new news, but the EA devs said their ambitious goal for the newest Battlefield is a player base of 100 million players.
What? Oh my gosh.
So we're talking, this has to be the best game ever.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what peak Battlefield 3, and I'm going to look it up right now, so Eric, you want to yap for a second, but I mean, 100 million, could you imagine? That's almost a third of America playing the game. And I know, haha, I'm an American, only think about America, but imagine, I just picked a quick number.
You know, and if you're going to go that route, I mean, everything has, I'll say lanes in, but you know, you have different things like that. When you have your open mill, I forget what the games are, but there's some really awesome, super over realistic or hyper realistic video games that are open world that have that aspect in it. So it's EA, you have this particular type of playstyle, and just stick in that and hold your crowd. You don't want to go so wide you keep losing everybody. You know, you have Fortnite, you got that is what that is, and you have your other Nielsen games that are pretty awesome. I check in once in a while. I like going on YouTube, watching the other guys play these games, but they're playing it like real, like for one-on-one real, like as realistic as it can be, and that's fun for that era. But for this generation here, the Xbox One era, the Xbox Series, it's just they need to stick with it. It's not messing around.
And it looks like we have a minute left of this, so we'll kind of wrap it up. I did look up. Can you, Uncle Eric, just take a guess of what peak player was? And we're just using Steam numbers. So the most players on Steam right after release. Take a guess. Was it 100 million? I'm going to tell you it's not. Not even close.
No, if like 200,000, if I'm ever lucky enough, I don't even what.
105,000.
That's I was literally gonna say. I'll try to be super generous.
And who knows? And at this point, I'm willing to bet console had more. I am willing to bet that, but being a little too ambitious. So we love Metro. We would like to see more maps like Metro. Shit, I'd even see Metro again. So, what do you think? Do you remember? What's your fondest memory of Metro? I know you didn't make it this long, and I know you're not going to comment what that is, but I want to know. I'm the failed author. Special guest, Uncle Eric. We love it.
How you doing?
We're going to make some more. We'll put them up on the channel. Every Friday, a Battlefield 3 video, hopefully. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.